Hello everyone and welcome. It's not our lunchtime paint break. We are actually in our workshop week, and the great thing about that is that I will be going live today in our public Facebook group today and every day this week at 1 o'clock to do Q&As and some painting demonstrations and some different stuff. So today, before we start the color scheme, before we start the workshop, I thought I would take today and kind of talk color schemes, because that's the basis of everything that I do is color and color schemes. But before we get started, and as we're having everyone kind of trickle in right now, I would love for everyone. Hi, Elizabeth. We have Kathy. She is Kathy Homer. It's so awesome to see all of you. Elizabeth's coming in from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So I would love it if you guys would drop a mood into the comments, and that'll help give me some inspiration for this. Sorry, I'm trying to get it up so that I can see your comments. There we go. See your comments. So let me know what you think of a mood, like happy, sad, moody. And if you want to, don't forget, if you want to get notified as we go live this week, text HEY to 727-732-3086. And we start the workshop tomorrow. If you haven't joined yet, go ahead and join. We're going to throw a link in the comments. It's only $27, and we do this really in-depth, fun experiment. And then in addition to that, not experiment, workshop. Geez, come on, Shelby, it's Monday. But then we'll be Q&As, and today I'm doing a Q&A and kind of talking color schemes. And then tomorrow I'm going to actually be painting. I'm going to do one painting 3 different ways. So tomorrow I'm going to show what it's like to paint a painting if you're an absolute beginner, and what you can focus on, and the most important skills to, try and improve. And then Tuesday I'll paint a painting like an intermediate painter, and then Thursday I'll paint it like an advanced painter. So you can see the same subject matter, how you can take things away as each different kind of painter depending on your skill level and your journey. All right, so we have Joyful. Thank you, Christy. We have Terry. If you're having a problem with the sound being low, that might be your computer. Oh, I like Breezy. Let's see, we've got Exhilarating. Hopeful. I love that. Hi, Diana from Southport. I know Southport. I've been there before. What colors are confused? I love that. I'm not sure that I could do that. That one might have me stumped. Brooding. Ooh, that's a good one. And Joyful, Gracious, Bright. I think I already have Bright. Okay, so now I want you guys to throw out some different colors. And don't just give me blue. Don't just give me green. Give me a Crayola color. Give me Purple Mountain Majesty or cheddar cheese or something like that. Give me a really descriptive color. Oh, Becky, yeah, don't worry. That's why we have all the replays available, and this will be up in the public group. So if you have a dentist appointment, don't feel like you have to stay here for the whole thing. All right, Payne's Gray, Aquamarine, Deep Ocean. Oh, I like that one. Pea green. Oh, that's a good one. Powder puff pink. Ooh, that's amazing, Pat. Copenhagen blue. I'm trying to think of Delft blue. I'm not sure what Copenhagen blue is, so I'm not going to write that one down. Cheery cherry. I know I've seen Copenhagen blue, but I'm not. Is it kind of like a greenish blue that's kind of muted a little bit? Ooh, blushing pink. I didn't have enough different. Now, is that bashful or blush or rose? Okay. So I think we have enough right now to start. So what I'm going to do is I have moods. These are all moods. And I have colors. And, you know, there are some times where I can see a couple that might conflict, and it might be really hard to make a zen with chartreuse. But so I do reserve the right to maybe pick again if the color and the mood are like really at the opposite ends of the spectrum. But all right, let's see. We have, this is an inspiration or a mood. And I have no idea what I'm going to pick. We have brooding, and we are going to lead off with, let's see, macaroni and cheese. That's a great color. So if y'all have any questions about the workshop, please pop it in the comments, and either myself or Rosemary will be answering them. Yes, Diane, this is absolutely recorded. Light violet. Okay. All right, brooding, and then I have, ooh, that's a good one. Payne's Gray. All right, so Payne's Gray is kind of a bluish. It's not quite that. I'm trying to remember whoever gave me Payne's Gray. It's been a while since I've had it. If you could let me know what the Payne's Gray was. Yeah, sometimes you might want to check if you have it expanded all the way. Sometimes you might have it muted. In the bottom right corner, there's a little X next to the microphone. If you click that, that should get you up and moving. All right, so I'm going to do brooding. If I remember Payne's Gray, it's been a while since I've used it. It's kind of like a bluish gray. So I am, these paints, these swatches of color, they are called Color Aid. Yeah, okay, it is a bluish gray. That's what I thought. So I'm going to, this seems to be, this is actually very muted in real life. It's appearing a lot more blue on the camera. So I'm going to lead with this color, and I'm going to go with brooding. You know, you could do something like, if you wanted to create some contrast, you could put in, make it a little bit more of like a complementary scheme and have kind of like a pop of orange, and it's still brooding, but that has a little bit of, they're all very muted. You're all kind of thinking really hard about it. This is mostly a monochromatic green. Okay, that's what I thought. I used to use Payne's Gray a lot when I did oils, and since moving to acrylics, I don't use it as much. I think of, you know, kind of dark, muted, not super bright. And then go with them. Oh, here's some gray. This is Payne's gray. Here we go. And so these are the colors that I kind of tie together. And I would use a lot of these. And I would want to get them in a couple different values. So here I have a couple different darks of blues. I have a medium blue. I have some medium grays, light value. So this is all very monochromatic. And I have the color, the first color, the blue. I have neutrals. So these are neutrals, and then I have kind of an accent color. And so I can design all of these, and this feels very brooding. If you want to change it up, like you can also kind of see if brooding would work more with some brownish neutrals. If you wanted, like there's a couple different ways that you can make this work. Instead of being so stormy, you can make it just be brooding. My nail polish it's that dip nail polish. I have to get the dip for the shows because otherwise I destroy my nails every time we do one of those shows. I don't remember what brand it is. They have a couple different brands like SNS and OPI, they all have them. So we are doing brooding and Payne's gray with the color aid. These that I use are they're just from Valspar, which is Lowe's. So I send in, there's a couple different ways that you can make your own color swatches. Number one, as you mix paint, you can just mix them on your own and you can put the color recipe on the back so that you remember. I always like to send, if you have a daughter or granddaughter or a cute child under the age of 10, I like to send her into Lowe's and Home Depot and just have her collect a bunch of paint samples. And they can't say no to a cute child. So that's how I'll collect like 10 paint samples at a time. Is I use my daughter for that. Yeah, so you can make your own, or these are the Color Aid company. And these are the like 3x4 ones, 2.5x4, something like that. I can't remember which size they are. They're 2-ish inches by 3.5 inches. So, and these are great because they're matte, so they're not shiny. All right, so that was the first one. And if y'all see these colors right here, this is the Creative Circle. I was just filming our painting demonstration for next month. So we're going to be doing something shiny in the Creative Circle next month. We're going to be doing shiny objects, which is so much fun. All right, so I'm going to do Minty. Going to do Minty and Coastal. That was nice. Okay, so we need a mint green, and then we're going to make it feel coastal. So this feels like a nice minty green, I would say. So this is going to be our leading color. So we can go like vibrant coastal, or we can go muted coastal. I'm going to do a little bit of Caribbean coastal. So I'm going to get some Caribbean colors in here. And let's see. I need to get a dark color in there. These are all kind of similar values, but I want it to feel coastal. So let's see. Looking for good navy blue. Ooh, we could throw, this would be cool. This is kind of a dark teal. I could Throw that in there. That's a little bit different. That's deep ocean. I would call that one deep ocean. And then I like to find a couple of my neutrals. I always try to have some neutrals so that you can, because this kind of like bridges between the colors a little bit. It's kind of a greenish color, but it's not, it's so desaturated, it is really kind of a lovely color. So since I went kind of with light neutrals, bluish neutrals, let's find another one. Here's another neutral. And when I say neutral, they're grayed out. Like this is a much grayer version of like this color right here. So this is what happens when you add its complement or you mix several colors with it. So, you know, you can have this and have it feel coastal, and then there's a couple different ways that you can go with this. You can have a little pop of fuchsia if you wanted, like a really pretty fuchsia. You could have it go several different ways with your accent color. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. And, you know, color schemes are super flexible, and there's really, you know, if I wanted to bring in another light color, I can bring in another light color. If I wanted a darker navy blue, you can do that. This blue has a lot of green in it. So I'm looking to see if I have a blue that kind of leans a little bit more towards the deep purple. Because I'm thinking like a good true navy blue or an indigo, a dark indigo. That might be one that I need to make. This is just a straight black, and look at, when I talk about, if you've been with me, I talk about how black can kind of deaden a color. And so look at how nuanced and beautiful this color scheme is. And when you add the black, it just kind of like deadens things. This is so much more harmonious, and so this is why I always mix my own blacks, is you get a lot more nuance in the color. So this is not quite a navy blue. I can't seem to find a great navy blue one, but here we go. This is with navy blue, and then you could add, like I said, you can add, I'm looking for a really good pink. Here's a better pink. You could go with pink, you know, or you could go with purple for mermaid, or you could go with yellow. Like this is, when I see this just reminds me of like sailboats and nautical things and buoys in the water. This reminds me of like the rainbow fish and really amazing sea life. And then this is just, you know, fun and coastal. This reminds me more of like flip-flops. So there's a lot of different ways that you can take a color scheme, and none of them are wrong. It's every person's going to have a different preference, and every person's going to have a little bit different experience. And, you know, we all have colors that we favor over other colors. So there is no wrong answer. When I'm building a color scheme, I do, like I said, I try to have like one main color. So that's kind of like this color. And then I build around it colors that look good. And then I try to find an accent color that helps me evoke that feeling. And I do try to have Like this is a good light color, this is a good light color, I have some medium colors, and then I have a dark color. So that really helps balance this all out. And you know, I'll have the main color and neutrals, but I'll have mostly the main color and neutrals. And then I'll just use a little bit of the accent color. So so that's how we can design a coastal theme from Mint. Ooh, those are pretty together. Remind me of sea glass. All right. And also, I wanted to go over a couple things that will help you have a really good workshop experience. So, first of all, this is all going to be live, and we do have to cover this over 3 days. And some people are going to be faster than others. And so I will go through step by step and tell you exactly what color I'm mixing. But we have had participants that have done everybody says that the best way to experience this is to not try to paint in real time with me. And then the next day, watch it, and then you can stop. You can rewind, you can pause, you can wait to catch up. Don't feel like you have to be doing things at exactly the same pace as me. Okay, so let's do Zen. And we're going to design a Zen color scheme around light blue. We've been getting a lot of blues. I need to find something in a pink. So we're doing light blue and Zen. So let me find a light blue. There's a light blue. And then I'm going to find some Zen colors. Ooh, look at this. So when I think Zen, I think very, very harmonious. I don't think of really much contrast at all. Like you're just kind of at this even keel meditative space. So I don't even know that I'm going to have anything as deep as a dark in here. I think I'm going to keep this to mid-tones and really similar colors that are just harmonious. Harmonious, they're really beautiful together. You could do this with either gray or brown. And both of these examples are really lovely. And they're very, very zen. They're very, very calm and collected. Kathy, if you're having issues with your feed, what we recommend is that you refresh your screen. That's usually your internet connection that's glitching out if you're having issues seeing it. And so once again, like this is like super interpretive to every single person. Like some people might find the blue very calming and very zen. Some people might think brown is, or, you know, but whatever it is, what I envision it, and this is how color schemes are intensely personal to each person, it's what evokes that feeling in you. And just like some people love peas and other people don't, like color is very much personal taste. So don't feel like exactly what I design is what you design. And actually color is a fabulous way for you to show your own skills as an artist and your own thoughts, your own stories. You know, we're all going to be a little bit different. Hey, Jack, click the bottom corner. That's where there's a little X by the speaker, and then you'll be able to unmute yourself. Okay. let's see. Let's do one more. Do y'all have any questions specifically about the workshop or about building color schemes? Drop them in the comments if you do. Okay, we are going to, speaking of peas, pea green. And then let's do, oopsie, I saw this one. I'm cheating a little bit. Pea green and bloom. So when I think of pea green, this paint's still wet. That's all right. When I think of pea green, I think of that. That's pretty pea green. Do I ever pre-mix the main colors of my scheme? I'll do like color swatches and like in my color journal, and sometimes I pre-mix a little bit, but because acrylics dry so fast, I generally mix as I go. Diana, yes, I highly recommend if you are a new painter that you don't try and do everything in real time tomorrow. Like I said, come watch, ask questions, see what we're doing. You'll get the pace, and then the next day, everyone really enjoys being able to rewatch the replay, which we get up for you that night, and then you can pause it, you can rewind, you can go back, because especially as a new painter, it usually takes you a little bit longer to like grasp things, and so I don't want anyone to feel like they're behind. But that's why we have the replays, is it makes it so easy for everybody to complete this. Robin, if you would like to do your own color scheme for the sailboat, you are more than welcome to. I am going to be working from the color schemes that I put in the workshop guide, and you are more than welcome to do those along with me or come up with your own color scheme. Deborah, you have a great question. How do you keep your paints moist? Yours seem to dry out so fast. You had water and then you don't have the thickness I want. Gotcha. So what I do is I like to, you can either use a stay wet palette or you can spritz your palette before you put the paint down. And as you go through your painting process, you can just spritz your palette a little bit and it'll keep your paints moist. Kathy, if you look at the color schemes I've done, it's really typically like 3 to 5 colors and then different values within those. So I try not to get like too crazy with it and keep it, you know, if you have all the colors, it's a lot tougher than if you just have some colors. All right, so we are doing bloom and pea green. When I think of bloom, I think of spring flowers. And I think I want to get a little bit of lime green in there. Ooh, look at that. This is a pretty color scheme right here. The yellows and the greens. Yeah, so I'm just talking about building color schemes in general. Color schemes are all very personal, and I'm showing you guys how you can build your own, and you know, you can make it really, really beautiful, and it can reflect your personality. Yes, you can also, I would also, if you're having issues with things drying out, Golden's Open Medium works. It does not water down your paints. It does, it's like adding a medium to them, so it does or opacity. The open medium is a little tougher. Joe, would you turn off the air conditioner? Okay. So Diana, yeah, Master's Touch is a student grade, and it's like the house brand of Hobby Lobby, It's not the easiest paint to work with. I would recommend Liquitex is if that's the only other one available, that is going to be your next best. And then Master's Touch is more like it's acrylic paint, but it's more like crafter's paint, and that can be incredibly frustrating sometimes. So when I think bloom, I think of springtime